I doubt it.
And we are live. Okay, let me get this one. Like I said, read the comments.
Good luck today, guys. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you. Let's make sure it's good.
I'll share it around.
That is good.
Yeah. Facebook. Share.
Let's get started. We walk into cheer athletics, and there are cheerleaders everywhere. I'm really excited. I used to be a cheerleader. My mom used to be a cheerleader, and this seems like it's going to be a great way to get people to come to opening day. Oh my gosh, that looks fabulous.
How's it going? Welcome to Ophelia. How y'all doing? Are y'all hungry?
Coffee. There's
Are
Facebook.
y'all hungry? Okay, all right. That's a little better. So today, Ophidius is bringing their A game. We've got our spirit sticks, we've got our pom-poms. This is going to give us a major edge on this marketing event.
What do you have here? That looks good.
This is a barbecue turkey sausage meatball with a braised collard green. The original plan was to serve the meatballs with the honey sriracha sauce from the original concept that we had. But after talking to Tyler, we've gone to Ophelia's new soul. So the barbecue sauce is going to blend into some amazing flavors and some distinct aromas. There you go, young lady. Enjoy.
This smells amazing, Mom.
Come on.
Yay!
Come on, something.
So we are Miss Nay's Gourmet. We have our Texas taco salad. I'm gonna give you some more avocado. There you go.
I'm just gonna let you know, all they can see is your roof, man.
Get yourself a salad container.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay.
We'll be at Collin Creek Mall.
You even rocking the cigar tonight. You know what kind of live stream this is. Now all you need is a cup of coffee.
Absolutely. This is great. Congratulations. Thank you so much.
Well, since you said coffee, I already got you a head start.
Hey. Coffee cup my mother got for me.
Check it out.
That ain't bad.
It holds about a half a pot of coffee in it. That's my streaming cup, and I'm smoking these 4Ks. I'm really liking these 4Ks.
This is what I got right now. I've showed you before. BLK's 2 in a pack.
Yeah,
They're like
I had to say this. I go for the. I started cigar smoking because I like cigars, right? And then I found the 99-cent ones, and there you go. Yeah, the 3 for 99, and then these 4Ks are 4 for 99 cents. Where I live. I mean, it's kind of hard to beat that price, you know it.
I'm good. I'm excited. I'm ready. I'm ready to think about the name menu, create our strategy. Right. And to let them girls.
Oh, I gotta share the link with you too, so you can share it too on Facebook. There you go. The screen.
Congratulations on your skill set. Thank you. Like the collard greens I tasted, I tasted your grandmother's recipe.
No.
Showed through so beautifully. It was absolutely delicious. You got to be proud, right? Absolutely. And I want to know what got you here. I think about my journey and people that have been in my past.
If anyone's watching, I don't think you're trying to watch. Can do the side chat at the moment, and I'm busy trying to do this.
And they're truly at the core and foundation of who I am. Right.
So this is going to be kind of a same thing as last time. If you want to join, just let us know, and we'll try to get you on and get the live chat on. Okay.
Amazing women that are giving you confidence of yourself.
So why don't we start off with talking? You introducing yourself while I try to fix my hair.
Stephen Thompson. Glad to be here. First time ever, actually. Well, live in person, if you want to consider it.
Yeah, you usually are. You are one that, by the way, he's one of my head moderators for my or admins or whatever you want to call them for my live chats, and he does a very excellent job when he's here.
I try to be. Like, life gets gets in the way sometimes. You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, I understand that. And why don't you go ahead and tell them about the band you're in, and
Well,
and what you're trying to do with it.
it's been a dream of mine for God for as long as I can remember, and it's went through several names, but this one here, I just come up with it, talk to my guy about it, and
Right.
any type of music really, but mainly focused on the rock and metal scene.
I think it's a big opportunity for you guys to work tomorrow. Right? What you want to swing in? Okay.
Why don't you go like
Because I believe
outlaw country? I mean,
awesome. Thank you.
that kind of would y'all would have a little bit more of a range. Y'all could do some kind of more metalish songs, kind of like Johnny did. But then if y'all wanted to do, say like a country song, y'all wouldn't be limited to just metal stuff. Y'all don't have to.
We've talked about it.
I mean,
What if we could reverse the effects of a stroke? This is the team of neurosurgeons and researchers on a mission to make it possible. A treatment with the potential to repair the brain damage caused by stroke. Not just
another reason I wanted you on here is because you said you wanted a 44 Magnum, and I got a lot of grief for telling you to start out shooting like either low pressure 44 Magnum rounds, or just until you get used to it if you've never shot it before, or to shoot 48 special if you could get it. Would you do you mind answering if you've ever shot one before, or?
No, I haven't really shot one. It's just something I wanted to try.
Well, I can guarantee it's gonna have some kick to it. I've shot
think
a few.
the only pistol that I really ever shot was a 38 special. That was from a stranger. We was at the lake. And so here, you want to shoot it? I said, well, I guess. And it really wasn't that bad. I mean, it had a small bit of a bite to it, but nothing I can't handle.
Yeah, but honestly, I'm gonna recommend something right now and get you like a press or something, like reloading press, and some load data books for it, wherever cartridge you're loading, and then bullet modes, and then get And I'll try to send you some lead if you need it to. If not, you can use wheel weights. That would be perfect for it. Cast your own.
Hey, Mom, can I have a snack? Here you go. Finally, a snack I want to eat. Finally, the yummy snack. My parenting is so
I could share this, right?
I am you, Kathy.
You really have to.
Power Ups chewy granola bars. Everyone's empowered.
Hot dogs taste better with Wishes baked beans. Because opposites attract, Duke. Savory and sweet flavor contrast with baked beans brings out the best in each other.
Okay, what is going on here? Show the best shapes. Okay, there it goes.
Savory and sweet.
It wasn't sharing my post on Facebook. It shared like the one I just shared from YouTube, but not the other ones I've done. I'm having to go back and redo those because it's telling me share errors or some BS.
All over Plano. I have to get a picture there. There are so many people who see this, come to the mall today, and give us that one up that we need to be able to win this food court restaurant. I absolutely love it.
I mean, if you want, bring up anything you want to talk about, you're the guest.
Oh, Lord. I don't know. Just here lately, Facebook's been weird. Like I was saying to you, it's just, I don't know what happened. I used it that morning or that night, and I went to click on it, and it just said my account was disabled.
Well, I never had that problem.
Things just got real. The restaurant looks amazing. I cannot wait to get in that kitchen and get going. You see the dance.
I got to
I'm
start
actually,
everything over.
yeah, I'm actually kind of hoping that you could be on the panel from now on, and so we after this is over with, we need to kind of figure out a date where me, you, and some other people I want to get on here can get on here at the same time. You know it?
Today's opening day.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Today is all about sales. The team that earns the most money will walk away with their restaurant
So what's
for a year.
going on in your neck of the woods?
Not much, really. Waiting on waiting on some orders I got from Amazon to come in.
Some what?
I had ordered some stuff off Amazon.
We've come so far.
Yeah, I've never. The only place I've ever ordered anything offline is like Midway.
Alright, I'm gonna take mac and cheese. Get ready for that.
I've never used Midway. My dad has.
So today we're serving a fried chicken.
It seems like the reloading equipment is better quality than some of the tap and ball revolvers they get. So you got to be kind of careful because I had a problem with that, and but I mean I know how to fix most guns I work on. I usually figured out how to work them and fix them before I buy them.
I've learned so much.
You know.
We are going to live up to our name. It's gourmet all day. Okay, Texas taco salad.
Like that Remington that I converted, I guess you could say, if you really wanted to, into 45 long Colt. I watched like 20 different videos before I had to do that, but I had to do that. Like all the pins were gone out of it.
So helping us today is our friend.
Is that your lovely wife?
Yep.
That I said hi.
He said hi. She said hey too. She's kind of shy at first because she's about like me, meeting new people. She's kind of shy at first.
Yeah, I can understand that.
My helper today in the kitchen is my sister-in-law, Gloria.
It depends on how big of a crowd you get around. It kind of gets weird. You get that,
I suck at crowds. That's why I can't go to concerts anymore unless I get backstage.
Oh, if I got to meet somebody that I really like, I'd say I'll go fanboyish. I don't care. Or I'll start bawling like a baby one.
Oh, this is bad. This is very bad. Since I'm about to go, let's go ahead and make that now. Just get it done, so we at least have enough to start service.
Let me know. Okay. Right now. Be careful. Don't burn yourself.
But no, I ordered some stuff for Vanguard. I'm just waiting for it to come in.
But I never. For those who don't know, I'm also a nerd, so that ain't too. I don't try to hide that fact. I mean,
yeah, I got a bunch of Magic the Gathering cards, but mostly I got a lot of these.
Yeah, I've got some. I'm selling a bunch of mine. I don't want to keep anymore. I'm selling a lot of my collection.
This right now, well, this deck here is my Destiny Hero.
I mean, like I said, I don't hide the fact I'm a nerd. But I also like, I'm just I'm a nerd about a lot of things.
UK Healthcare's Kentucky Neuroscience Institute, the power of advanced medicine.
Yeah,
You are amazing. Me? Yes, you. You're just the right spot scratcher. A leash unleasher. An under therapist. And from day one, you.
All right, let's hopefully maybe now the chat will go a little bit. I mean, I know it's Saturday night and it's late, right before Easter. By the way, happy Easter, everybody, and happy 420 for everybody that partakes.
420.
It's also one of my. Today's also my adopted sister's birthday. I hope if she's even talked about it or anything, or watched the replay, I hope she knows. I hope she had a very happy birthday. I tried to get hold of her earlier and tell her, but I just we couldn't. So
Well, I ain't got to
she's in
worry
the
about
process of
forgetting your
moving as
birthday.
well.
See how investing with a Chase
Yeah, we
branch
have the
is
exact same birthday,
Visit your local Chase branch.
Who lives here? Or in this place?
which is kind of creepy. We're twins, but not at the same time.
You know that real people
Yep.
need real places to live. And finding your
But I
next
mean,
home won't happen overnight. In Atlanta alone, there are more than 8,000 homes for sale. It would take you 178 days to see them all, looking
I don't
24/7.
know. Oh,
We're here to help because there's nothing more real than feeling like you're finally home.
hold on one second. I don't know why I left it way over there. I wanted to show off what I done.
Diaper duty. It's not the highlight of fatherhood, but I'd rather
I'm gonna be doing a review on this here soon.
I am here, and I aim to say that for
Because I actually made this myself, and I'm very proud of it.
reduces the number of monthly migraine days. For some, that number can be cut in half or more. The most common side effects are pain, redness or swelling at the injection site, and constipation. Aim to be there more. Talk to your doctor about hemoglobin.
Oh, yeah. I made this gun rig myself for my 44s.
Well,
My brother Chase had a belt that he couldn't wear no more, but I could.
Today is opening day.
The sticker, I just attached it with a little bit of leather back here. I got the holster thing from a Hobby Lobby, believe it or not.
And panic sets in because we're not ready.
It's not meant to be a quick draw holster. It's meant. I'm setting this up for hunting purposes. For my 45, I just have my cap and ball in it for right now. But yeah, I don't know how good the camera. This camera seems like it has a better camera quality than my gaming PC, which I normally stream off of, but I can't. And I'm trying to figure out how to transfer Steam to this one so I can get my games back. I don't know how well that's going to show up, but I turned it on. Sure will now. Yeah, I turned it on and it made a pop noise in the screen. And that happened.
that's weird.
Yeah, I've contacted HP. They, well, through email, and I haven't got an email back. So I'm trying to find a number and try to get a hold of them about it. Be like, hey, I bought this in January. Or was it February? And like, my screen, I turned it on. There was a pop noise, and the screen went out on it. And there's a big old blast. It looks like a blast mark went through it.
Oh, you're gonna love that.
Is there anything I can do? Am I still under warranty? Whatever. Because I mean, I've got my all my editing software on that PC. I've got that I have to now transfer to this one. That's one thing. Good thing about Megan deciding to show her ass. So I got another computer and that I already bought. I bought for her. That she was very unappreciative of. But I have a backup now.
Sorry, we have the 86, the magazine. It was popular and it ran out.
But anyway.
But everything else is good.
What guns have you shot? I mean,
Oh God. Let's see. I've shot a 12 gauge, 20 gauge, Mosin again, 30 at 30, 30 out 6, 308. A little bit of everything, really. Rifle wise, anyhow.
yeah. Sorry, I just got a message on Messenger. I don't understand what people know I'm live. That's why I put the.
Number 12. We're finally getting orders out. Now I feel like we've got a chance. I might be able to pull this off now. Okay, this is ready to go. All right, great.
You guys listen up. Last big push. Get to the one, okay? Last big push.
Okay, I'm not gonna go into that. Oh yeah, like how's like things like politically going in your area?
All right, guys, keep pumping. Get to the
I
side.
No more than usual, I reckon. I try not to keep up with a lot of it.
Well, I do because
Thank you so very much, and I place the two of you together. Thank you.
because it seems like they try to do a lot of sneaky crap behind your back. They say one thing when they want you to vote for them, and then a completely and totally different thing when they actually get into office. But Arkansas now, you don't even need a license to conceal carry unless you plan on leaving the state to a non-state like that. But the state police don't want to acknowledge that.
Congratulations, Ophelia's, Miss Days Gourmet. You both did a great job tonight. Very impressive.
I
Your
mean,
family and your friends, they're here to support you. Miss Days Gourmet. Your food is truly gourmet. And costs
Sorry,
no notice.
it's pollen season here, and I hate it in pollen season
What's your
here.
gourmet cooking?
No, I can imagine.
Malcolm Cordy for the Ophelia's.
I don't know. It's just that like my throat tries to close up on me, so and I have to take like uber amounts of Benadryl.
People said great things about your food. However, during your last push, you ran out of mac and cheese for the long line lines. That cut down your sales.
But yeah, I just figured why not have some people on do some stuff. I'm hoping I sent out another link to somebody, but let me see if they even got it. If I can check that without it dropping. It didn't even send the link. Copy.
Oh my God, I cannot believe we just did this. We won.
You, as a team, my mother, she says, I don't know what you did, but your grandmother is proud of you today. All I can do is hear my grandmother say, baby, you did that. Thanks for being here.
I even sent the other person I wanted on here.
I'm so proud of you guys. I wouldn't trade what we learned in our experiences, for the world. I think it's brought us so much
Yeah.
closer as a mother and daughter as well. We're just gonna keep cooking.
So, I mean,
and Miss May's Gourmet will open someday, somehow, some way.
Man,
would you ever?
What do you think, man? Hey, how you doing?
Wait, you have a small music YouTube channel that you are planning on getting some stuff going for, aren't you?
I'm working on it.
I want to present you something very dear and special. This is the first job.
I mean, like, I know how long it takes me to make a video, but how long would it take you to make a video for your kind of music? I've always been wondering.
It shouldn't take very long to get. I mean, I haven't really done a whole lot of it.
Well, it takes me about 30 minutes to an hour, sometimes editing videos. And mainly it's the lighting problem with me, because I can't ever get the best lighting.
I'm so proud that I showed up to honor the women that helped me out. We did what we needed to do to make it happen.
You know?
And we came out.
That's what the crappy part is one time, and even if I go outside, the lighting sucks, and then I have to sit, and that's when it's usually the worst. But do you hunt or anything?
Oh yeah.
I'm asking you. I know most of these answers to these questions, but a lot of people, if they're just stopping by, won't. So that's why I'm asking, so that way, I guess you can say it's kind of an introduction to the panel, people on the panel, if you could say.
Yeah, I think my very first deer that I got was a 6-pointer with 30 out 6.
I believe my first one was I think it was between an 8 and 10 point. I'm not sure. Maybe 11. I'm not sure. It was one my grandpa was going after, and just did not feel like going after, and he hit it. I mean, a good solid hit, but the deer still was going to run off because when we looked at it, you could tell where his shot was and where my shot was. It because the deer was on a little bit of an angle, and so he missed the bone completely, the shoulder bone. It went shot through the heart and then came out the front and running. And I didn't want to chase. So I shot at it with like a 410 shotgun throwing slug. And it was on one end. My grandpa loved to overcharge shotgun shells. So can you imagine an overcharged 410 on an 8-year-old? I was 9 at the time, a 9-year-old. What kind of recoil that's going to give?
I can only imagine.
I mean, the gun never blew up, but it had some kick to it. Oh, it's 12 gauges. You had to brace yourself up against something to shoot those. And then you had
there was a black powder 50 caliber something, and there was one shot left in it. It was at my grandparents' house. That was open field one night. He said, "Here, fire this last shot off." And before he could say, "Well, you might hold it steady," and then I was like, boom, and it about knocked me on my rear end. I mean, it just boom, knocked me back.
Yeah. Muzzleloaders, a lot of people don't realize, they got some kick to them. But believe it or not, surprisingly, the sharps I have is not that hard of a kicker. You'd figure it would be because, you know, it's bigger caliper. Then my inline that I have here and my Bobcat, no, it's actually a lighter kick. A lot of today's muzzleloaders are too light to handle the recoil. I mean, they use Palmer stocks. Yeah, that's great for if you're having a walk distance, but when you actually pull the trigger, if you ain't got some kind of recoil pad, you're feeling all that recoil.
And it's our only source of income.
And you're feeling everything. It's just some are just too light. But now if you move to like a hand cannon, like the 44,
about 3 months ago, things got so slow that we thought we were going to have to shut the truck
it doesn't kick it. I mean, it's a very nice, pleasant shooting revolver.
One more time, let's just see what we can do. And we are still running.
And I use mostly military loads out of it. But the military would have loaded it. Except the projectiles. I just don't have the projectile, the molds just yet.
We can't live in Costa Rica right now. At least we can bring the food here to us and share it with Arizona.
I'm gonna be getting them. I got a bunch of them. I shot them all. I have like none left of some. I just having so much freaking fun. So I think I have like 2 left.
Okay, our concept is Asian comfort food with a southwestern.
What sucks is the video that I was trying to make with it didn't. It is on that computer.
And we also have the famous chicken adobo.
Like the finished product and everything is. And what sucks is I can't get to that computer to get that off, and I've already erased it off my camcorder. Because I hadn't backed it up onto a CD-ROM drive yet that I use. I put I was planning on their letting it process, and then just going to put the finished product on it, so I have to remake the whole, like, part 3 and 4 of Cap and Ball for self-defense again.
Growing up with my family in the Philippines, the food that we serve at Jay's Kitchen is purely the heart and soul.
Plus a few others.
Her food was a simple preparation. We didn't have.
I mean,
my grandma did everything she could.
What computer software would you recommend to someone just starting out, like in the music, wanting to make music videos if they're all music and stuff like that?
peers, and
Honestly, I wouldn't. I'm not too for sure. The music software I use, a friend of mine that I know, he lives in Colorado, is telling me about it. I mean, you can pay for it, but you can use the free version too. But it differs. You can save it if you buy. But I've got the Mixcraft 8 home studio, and you can pretty much do exactly everything a band would do except with the computer.
Well, so that would be someone that just wants, that's just a singer that doesn't have a band.
You can pretty much do it all by yourself until you're able to do all that.
Yeah. And hold on, I got a message. Discord. I don't know, I'm trying to get it pulled up. I don't know why people do this.
We've invested everything into
Okay.
our food truck. It has been a struggle since the
No,
beginning.
dang it.
Having a food court, we have the opportunity to be in a steady
Okay,
place,
the question was
steady
directed at you,
income.
actually. They were
For
wondering,
me, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity, and I'm taking
how long have me and you've been friends? Do you want to answer it, or do you? I mean, we can.
Well, if memory serves me right, it's been close to I think at least almost 8 years.
It's close to that. Yeah, me and you've been friends longer than my relationship. A lot of my relationships were last.
Day two, we'll work on your marketing. Day three, opening day right here at this very food court. The team
But
that makes the most money on opening day will win their space rent free
what kind of
for
stuff
1
do you
year.
hunt when you
There's
go
a
out and
lease with
hunt?
over $100,000.
I mostly deer hunt.
First things first. Today, you will be
Cool.
tested on your concept. You'll be making your signature dish.
Is there any kind of laws limiting you on what you can hunt in the area you hunt, or
I think you're allowed like
I would like to introduce you to Todd
one
Grace.
buck
He's the founder,
or
chairman,
I think
and
like
CEO
2 does or
of
something. But
Chicken Fingers.
depending on what zone or area you're in, it all differs.
I'm so excited to be with
Then you get
today.
extra
I
tags
love
for
aspiring
doe
entrepreneurs.
tags.
I've been in your shoes, and I know what you're going through, and I'm here to help you.
I guess I should rephrase my question. Is there any rifle or shotgun limitation? One or the other.
Well, during like regular gun season, it can be really any type of gun, but there are certain there's muzzleloading season, arch. I don't know if archery, bow, or whatnot. But as far as the regular gun season itself, the one in November, that can be any type of gun.
Very important to win this.
Oh, where the zone I live in,
his advice and how to
sorry.
On opening day.
We have a bow season, which I'm going to try to do this year. I've got a bow that will take a deer as I get some archery practice in, and the broadheads, and then we have muzzleloading season, which you can only use muzzleloaders that have a side lock or of some kind, or the 209, the side lock or the inline. That's all you can use. Then you have modern gun season, which incorporates any kind of gun. But the zone I live in, you can only use single shot black powder rifles or shotguns.
I know our muzzleloader say it don't matter what kind of, as long as it's a muzzleloader, you can use it.
Perfect. Like maybe 1 more minute. We should be good.
It's just.
It's still on the top side.
Well, I prefer muzzleloading season because it's not. You don't hear bang, 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 like every 5 seconds, and that moves the deer. Well, a lot of people don't understand. If you hit it in one shot, you don't need to be shooting at it.
Yeah, well, with the muzzleloader, you're pretty much only getting one shot anyway, so you better make it count. I know that from experience.
Can I do anything for you? Ray burns the first batch of meat. He is
Yes, that's why I think you see more, and it's more of a challenge. I mean, that's what I like. I've been hunting since hell, I was 4, and I'm 26 now.
I know I went this last season, and me and Dad, we went. We got early. We get there early, and the sun was just about ready to come up. This deer came out, and it was the biggest deer we've ever seen in his life, and he's 40, 46 or 47. He said that's the biggest. It was like uh, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer just on steroids times the whole. I mean, this was huge, and he shot at it probably. Let's see, what was it? Muzzleloading season. Once he missed it. It was just too far away of a shot for the type of guns we were using, and we always called him. What did we call him? We called him some freaking nature or something. He was just absolutely huge.
Well, I'm gonna tell a little story. I hope my mother doesn't get mad at me. My Mama Murphy. Me, my grandpa, and her were planning on going for a hunt. Now we all lived on the same 2 acres. My grandpa and my grandmother over in a smaller building, and us in the bigger house at the time. And there was nothing but fields all around us, right? Now, my grandpa said if we ever saw a deer up there and it was deer season, just shoot it if we had the tags for it. Less having to go down to where we go hunt and everything. And it's food. That's what I hunt for. I hunt for food. I mean, I don't hunt for deer heads. If I have one that's, like a 13 point, yeah, that might be put on the wall or something. But that's a 13 point.
Yeah, it just depends. Well, we got a 13.2 off my grandpa's place. It took at least 3 or 4 of us just to get him lifted up so we can hang him up, and he was still hanging off the ground some.
Yeah, you're 13 point. You're gonna need something to kind of assist you with that. My grandpa had something that could lift a tractor, tractor front end up, so you could get up underneath it to work on the axle, and that's what he used for his deers. But
I figured out the name of we called him Frankenstein because he was so huge.
But my mom just woke me up, was going over, we went to go walk over to my grandpa, say something to do something, I can't remember. Hopefully she'll drop what I'm leaving out in the comment section.
We marinated beef steak Asian version. We have our jasmine cilantro rice, caramelized onions, and our side right here, the pork spring roll.
And you're from the Philippines, so this is something
But
traditionally would have had back in the country.
Yes, sir, exactly.
She's walked out, and now before we go home, we had the guns right next to the door, unloaded because I had younger brothers. They knew not to touch them, but we kept them unloaded just in case. But we had the shelf right next to the door where we keep the ammo, and we're out back in nowhere, so I mean we had to keep something in case something happened. My 410 shotgun was there. I can't remember what she was using that day. I can't not remember. Like I said, I hope she drops in the chat. But she saw a deer out there and walked right onto our property, and she shot it. Just shot it.
I think my first year, I was like maybe 50 to 100 yards. Hell, with the 30-06, you can get a, oh God, if you do it right, 300-400 plus yard shot with it.
Yeah, yeah. If you know what you're doing, yeah, you can. With a good,
Like
with a good scope,
my
the
dad
right
says,
ammunition.
yeah, if you got everything, the good ammunition, the right scope, everything set up, you can get it. It's all about shot placement.
Yeah, it honestly is, and that's what a lot. I don't think a lot of people understand about hunting. It's about shot placement.
If you don't
It's
get
not taking.
not the right shot off, then you ain't gonna get it. I don't care how far you
Well,
are.
well that's what annoys me. Like some of these guys will buy a box of ammo, and that's their box of ammo a couple of years. When I buy a rifle, I go through about 2 boxes just setting the thing in. One box to get it to zero to the point where I'm wanting to hit at that range, and then another to make sure the scope is going to stay at that zero through all those.
Yeah.
That's just, I mean, then I used to reload for it, so it wasn't that big of a deal to do that. Now I can't do that because I don't have the reloading stuff I need anymore. Well, I'm getting it back, but I don't have it as plentiful as I need to.
Well, it's like a friend of mine and my dad's. He I don't know if you want to say it's an idiot thing to do. He'll get these guns and he'll have somebody else line it up for him, and a lot of times he'll miss a deer, and we sit there and talk to him like, you got to sit there and take whatever gun you're using, find what kind of ammo you want, and you got to keep practicing with it, because if you don't practice with your own eye, somebody else's vision is different from yours, so you're not going to know if it's going to actually shoot right for your shooting. Do it yourself, practice whatever you can practice, and that way you know for yourself that shot will count.
Yeah, and I honestly believe you should go at least, if you're just going just owning guns just to hunt. I believe you should go at least once a month, at least with a box of ammo, and practice the different ranges you want to be able to shoot at. And make sure you're in the kill zone with every shot. If not, you get another box of ammo and get yourself sighted in.
Yeah, because if it don't matter where you're 5, 10, 25, 30 yards, if you're that close and you miss it, there's got to be something wrong with your way you're shooting. That's where shot placement comes in. You got to know where the hell you're shooting.
Yeah, and that's what. And some people ask me, why do I go to the range so much? You're just hunting.
Yeah, there's a lot more to it than that.
Yeah, I mean, I want to make sure I'm going to hit a deer in that dinner size plate. And that's what I actually aim for, the middle of it. I mean, I want to hit dead center of that dinner plate.
Or at least so far, you got to get at least around that bullseye. That way, depending on how many yards you want it. We always try to line ours anywhere from like 50 to 75 yards, because where we was hunting at it, that's all you're going to get anyway. It's about 50 to 75, maybe 100 yards, but that's if you're lucky.
The longest shot I can get at where I go hunting at is 100 yards. So I want in a dinner size plate about the size of a bottom of a soda can in the center at 100 yards. If I can get that, I know I can get it at the shorter ranges. Because okay, I know what it can do at the 100 yards. Say the deer's at 75, and most of mine don't at that range don't arc. So if they arc it, they're still shooting flat. So I know I can aim at about the same point and hit. It might be a little high, or but it's still going to be. I mean, even for my 50, I think it's like a 320 grain projectile. going really fast. Well, fast for black powder.
You'll be headed to Fort Huachuca Army Base. You'll be marketing your restaurant and serving food at the dining hall on base during dinner service.
But yeah, I mean,
Fort Huachuca is located right
it
here
is got, so it's got, I know it's going to have the power to drop the deer,
Army personnel.
and I haven't had a problem out of it so far doing it that way. But for where I am, that's what I do. But I practice on my little range. I practice 100-yard shots.
Yeah, it's
I
pretty
practice.
much boils down to your shot placement and how well you got your group, your shot groups at.
And to some degree, what grainage of bullet you're using. Because if, say, you've got a 80 grain projectile, I know you got like the lowest grain projectile that's meant for like shooting long ranges. It's going to go a lot, like for, let's just say for 30 out, it's meant, like the low grain is meant for that long range shot. For hunting, I've always found that heavier pills deliver a lot more of their energy into softer targets than the lighter grains. Lighter grains seem like they always want to go through. And if you notice, a lot of the hunting rounds suck shooting really long, competition distance ranges, but they're good at dropping deer. And a lot of the competition ammo sucks at deer hunting, but it's good at long range shooting. You know, where the, I mean, what's your opinion on that?
Yeah, it range. I mean, it just the powder. I mean, if you're using like black powder, it just depends on what kind of powder you use. And some people like different charges, but it all depends on what best suits your gun. You don't want it to blow up in your face.
Yeah, well, I was talking about like smokeless, not black powder. I was talking about like a 30-06. There's like some competition. I can literally go to most gun shops around where I am. I can buy 2 different kinds of ammo. I can buy competition ammo, or I can buy competition for cowboy action or long range shooting or hunting. And the competition is like a very light projectile on a high charge of powder. But the hunting one, or for that projectile weight, is considered a, you say, more mild charge. But then, if I was smart, I'd be reloading, which I'm doing. I'm waiting on some stuff to get in so I can. Well, more effectively. But I mean, I don't know how it is for you, but around your area, but around here, kind of seems what town I'm in, what the ammo they're going to recommend. See, if I go to one town over here, they're going to recommend the competition ammo for deer hunting, right? But if I go to this other one, they're going to recommend this hollow-pointed, heavy projectile that's moving a decent speed, and that has like one of those what is it, the ballistic tips, that part that helps expand the hollow point.
Yep.
I mean, we've got probably about the same amount of years hunting. So, what kind of projectile do you like? Do you like hollow points, or do you like the pointed kind, the Spencer's?
Considering their damage and how much you want to blow a pretty good sized hole, I'd say a hollow point. Just depends on how much power you get in behind it, and that power in behind it gives you whatever range at so many velocities percent, or however they put it.
The foot pounds per energy, FPS, or whatever. But how bad are like hogs and coyotes and stuff like that in your area?
They're not that bad. Hog, not really. I mean, coyotes, it just depends on, and if you're in knobs and whatnot. Not really much of a problem here.
Well, where I live, there are some people out there that like to hunt hogs, and they'll go out and get hogs and then release them wildly, right? And Fish and Game around here can't keep up with who's doing it and who's not. Um, they've caught a few people. They've actually caught a few people doing this, right? But the hog population, because so many people are doing it, a few people have done this too many times. They're kind of a problem, and then we have to go in and try to kill them. But if you know, I don't know, if you don't get all of them, they're going to be back, and so that's that's why I have to carry a pistol. One of the reasons I have to carry a pistol of a good caliber with me where I go, because there's hogs around and coyotes and wild dogs. People just go out because they think it's the boondocks and drop off animals that they don't want. So you got a lot of these wild dogs breeding and doing what nature does, but they become feral and pack oriented, and so you got that problem. And you got the coyotes, and also we've got a few black bears.
We switched to Chevy.
They usually leave people alone unless
We love our Chevy.
it's a mama bear. Then you might have a problem.
Yeah, you mess with their babies and you'll find out.
Yeah, I've actually, oh crap, knocked my sword over. Me and my grandpa actually walked up on a mama bear and her baby, and she turned around real quick, and we just, we're slowly backing up. GM Chargers or nothing, but we just kind of, okay, we're not, no. One year, we had Fish and Game actually had a bounty out on hogs around here. And we had to, you got paid the bounty, and if you wanted to keep the meat, you could. So that's what made my grandpa interested in it, because, bacon. That's kind of how I grew up. Is you hunt for food. You don't hunt for it's, if you get pleasure out of it, that's fine. You can hunt for that. But it's more for the food.
Yeah, pretty much.
Today we are going to serve authentic Filipino food. We're gonna do that, right? We're serving
But
I know. So for marketing date,
me and him and my mother were out having to do this, right? And one just came out of freaking nowhere and charged us.
I think the marinade for the chicken itself,
And
I think needs to be special.
luckiest shot in my life.
One of my really good marinades. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna grind all this stuff up together. Garlic's gonna go in.
I took a snapshot with a shotgun and then ran up a tree. My mother and grandfather both shot at it as well. But the death shot was given to me, so I got the bounty and everything, I guess.
Oh my goodness.
Got a bunch more shotgun slugs. I know that much.
I'm on the beach in the jungle right now.
I know that happened after that.
It smells amazing. It has beautiful color, and the taste is bringing me back to Costa Rica. We feel like we're there again, and that's what.
So I have a question. Do you use game cameras?
Good luck.
Nah, I've never actually. I know people that have used them, but I haven't used them.
So what you guys made yesterday,
But not now.
that sort of sweet chili
Chad.
sauce can be really super.
Chad over here, over.
I want to show you recipes. So we're gonna start off first with salt, right? And this is a.
I never have. I learned how to track,
So we're gonna add this.
so it's not as
We're gonna add some garlic.
I kind of know where the game is,
Fish sauce.
and because I go out where I hunt like all year round, I kind of see what's in the area. I kind of know what's in the area. Do you and your dad do something similar to that?
So I like
Oh yeah, we mostly go by like tracks or like, well, take deer hunt for example. Depending on, you can tell where they're coming from, where they're going, by the tracks. So when they break off the tree, with scraping the trees, and the food in the area that's been eaten on and whatnot.
Now, there's another concern I've got around that's been going around is chronic waste disease, or CWD, or the zombie disease. Is that a problem up where you live?
The only one that I know of that used to be a problem, I don't think it is right now, is they called it blue tongue.
I don't think I've heard of that. Could you explain that?
I don't know a whole lot about it. I know it's some kind of disease that they get. It's something with their, I don't know, music. I don't know what it's, but it looks like their tongue blue and it's swelled up. It makes the meat it makes the meat not edible, pretty much.
Yeah. Oh, with chronic wasting disease, it's like they're not eating, even though they eat like they're supposed to. It's like their body is eating itself. I guess is the best way to explain it, because they're not, or that there's not enough food per population, and so they're just kind of like a dog after she just had puppies, skin and bones. A lot of people freaking out. Like, it's, if you have this in your area, put up, and where you hunt, where you hunt. In some places here in Arkansas, you can't put out like deer corn year round. You can only do it during the season.
Oh, well, yeah, around here you can put deer corn out whenever.
I'm not sure about all zones, but I know on where I live, you have to be a property owner that allows hunting to be able to do that outside of deer season, if I remember correctly. Let me see if I can look that up real quick to confirm that. Let me go to the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission to double check. Because for those who don't know, me and him were in two different states. So that's what I'm kind of asking about. Different there, and because you never know, I'm going to come up and hunt with you one time.
Oh yeah, they don't call it Kentucky for nothing.
Yeah. Now I've got a. Okay. Oh, and I'm trying to make sure. Yeah. Okay. Here it is. Chronic wasting disease.
That was so cool. I think we did good. I am so tired, but at the same time, I'm so happy. I think we did great. Good. Today's kitchen, baby.
Not good. Kids are happy.
We're happy.
I heard great feedback.
I'm trying to. Okay, we'll talk. We'll jump back to that in a second. I'm trying to find about
where I am right now. I have never.
Deer. Yeah, here it is. Deer Management Assistant Program.
Nothing. No food to eat. Honest people.
I
have a friend that was there for me. I couldn't ask for anything.
Yeah, it looks like from what I'm reading, I'm just kind of reading over it. It looks like, only outside of deer season, only the landowner or hunting club can put out the deer feed.
This is my dream. With me, I'll be able to afford.
That's not it. Now I got to figure out how to get back to this live event thing.
So if I don't win this, my dream just slipped away.
You need to be a role model tomorrow.
Okay, can I just click on it? Nope, that takes me to that. Okay, guys.
Thank you so much.
I don't know what I'm doing here.
We're exhausted, but it's a
There it
good exhausted.
What I saw today versus what I saw yesterday was a very focused brand. I
You
could
know?
see the pasteurized from Costa Rica. I could taste the flavors, and I thought you guys did that.
Yes.
Was great.
Ah, there it is. I've got it. I figured it out. I know how to do it on my other computer, but you know.
Tucson's rough in 113-degree weather in the
But
summer. Nobody comes out. And that's where we did pair of bills this month.
okay, that's
We took all of our investment capital and put it into the food truck.
I figured that out. We can go over here. I want to figure that out. Okay.
Because it was so rough. In December,
For
fall is and it could be our plan.
deer specific hunting regulations.
Right in front of you. I believe you guys. I really sell me on Costa Rica. I want to taste that. All right, guys.
We have worked so hard and feel that this is the next step for us to be successful. We want this so bad.
So let's win tomorrow.
I want this. You want this? I love you.
We make technology that moves people. This is the 2019 Nissan Rogue, featuring tech like ProPilot Assist. It helps keep you centered in your lane and in control. Now the most exciting tech to own is in your driveway. If you'd like to know how we make Four Roses, we're happy to tell you about our single-story brick houses that ensure consistent temperature during the aging process. But if you'd like to know why we make Four Roses, unwind at the end of a long day.
Okay. All right. If you plan on hunting that area within 10 days before you go hunting, like you say, you put out some food. If you're planning to hunt that, like within the next 10 days, that is a big no-no. Yeah, and hunters, they do it on private land year round. Put food out, but have to have the 10-day. Cannot hunt within 10 days of doing that.
Neurosurgeons and researchers on a mission to make it possible. A treatment with the potential to repair the brain damage caused by stroke. Not just to save lives, but to restore lives. And this is one of the only places in the world where it's happening. UK Healthcare's Kentucky Neuroscience Institute. The power of advanced medicine.
The in-laws have moved in with us.
And our adult children are here,
So we save by using time.
which means we use less.
3 generations of clothes cleaned in one wash. Anybody see my pants? #1 stain and odor fighter. #1 trusted. It's got to be Tide.
Do you hunt
How does your TP compare to Charmin?
squirrels here? I mean,
What kind of toilet paper is strongest?
or anything like that?
I've never, but the only hunting I've ever done is deer hunt. I ain't never went no other hunting.
You never been squirrel hunting?
Charmin Ultra Strong
Nope.
is it better?
My grandpa
that-
has.
If you do it with like a air rifle or something, like one of break actions, like in 22, that is a skill in marksman right there. Because you have to hit them in that head, and that head is tiny. Even if you're doing with a bolt action, I actually have to get a new scope for my bolt action because that one won't hold 0 no more. But when I had on it, won't hold 0 no more.
Now that I'm looking at my restaurant, I thought
So I have to do the I have to get a new scope, or I guess I could shoot at iron sight, but I'd have to be
real, it's tangible. I'm ready to
get used to that. But if you ever do, I would honestly recommend
From what we're already using with our
the Ruger 1022 or bolt action in 22 WMR. Both are excellent hunting rifles for squirrels, or 410 or 20 gauge for bird shot. Probably the 20 gauge if you're going to use bird shot. I think they even make a squirrel load just for 410s. I'm not saying if not, I can probably find some reload data for you. But I honestly would recommend it. Have you ever been turkey hunting?
Nope.
So you just mainly a deer hunter. Have you ever went What else besides deer have you gone hunting?
Seems the last few days you've been tested on your confidence.
Pretty much that's all me and my dad's ever done is deer hunt.
The team that earns most
You're
money
missing
today
out on
will
so
work
much.
restaurant rent-free for 1 year. And that's at least with over
You can come down here and go goose hunting with me one year.
Joyce, family
I
is your
should.
number one priority.
All you need is a shotgun and to get the license here.
That is true.
I think you would, since you're coming out of state and you're not a resident, you would need it's a non-residential license. I can't remember what it actually classifies as here.
You guys ready to do this?
Uh,
Let the food court begin.
What you have, we'll figure that out if you actually ever do.
For opening day, we've decided we're not doing any sandwiches. We're going full authentic Costa Rican.
Because that way we can both go hunt. Maybe before we go hunt that day, we can, or whatever. I take that and you can shoot the shark. Shoot a piece of history. That sharks that I have is 6 years younger than my mother. And I'm not going to say her age, but it puts it in about the 40-year-old category. That shark rifle is about as old as our parents. And did you see that video I did of shooting it when it hit that spinner target?
I don't know if I've seen that one yet.
Well, I would recommend it. It's that spinner target I have is says it can take 306 at 50 yards. Right?
Yeah.
On the box, that's what it claims. On the website, that's what it claims. So the fact that a shark's at the same distance, it spun it around like 5 times and then knocked it over in one video and then did the same in another. That shark has got some dropping power. But the only thing I have a problem with the shark is sometimes they'll blow black powder up your nose.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, sometimes it just smells like rotten eggs.
Ready to cook the stir-fried vegetables.
Yeah.
And I realized
But
that we had not
I'm thinking about this.
and prepared the
Our
seasoning. And that's
great grandfathers had to use rifles like this during the Civil War for hunting, for self-defense. We use black powder guns to tame the West. What a lot of people forget is that we use those kind of guns to go after outlaws, to tame the West. Settle new lands, fight wars. Not mistaken, the first smokeless powder rifle that the Americans had was the 30-40 Krag. Or, sorry, I think it's called the 30 Government or something like that now.
Maybe.
I would like to have a Krag rifle too. I honestly would. They're ugly as sin, but think about it, having that kind of rifle for hunting application. You have a magazine right there next to you that you can open, put 2-3 shells in there, and close it up. I'd actually prefer that, like something like that in a shotgun, like one of those bolt-action slug guns.
Yeah.
I think that would be kind of useful. Say you're hunting deer, you have a bolt action. You don't have to drop the magazine to say you missed, deer runs off. You can just pop that open without having to drop the magazine, working the bolt or nothing. Just open that magazine, put a new slug in there, close it up. Then work the action. Now you're still at the same capacity as you were before. I might email some gun companies about that. I don't know how popular it would be, but for a hunting practice, for hunting purposes, I would like something like that. You know, something I can just top off and it still be safe. I mean, that's the cool thing about the Krag is you can load the magazine and have an empty casing in the barrel. So if you say you do have to move, you have to go through terrain that's a little dicey. You're safe. You know, it's. I mean, I usually keep a spent casing. Like say I'm going squirrel hunting, I'll keep like a spent 22 WMR round, and I'll keep it in the chamber while I'm walking, just in case something I fall. It's and that firing pin hits. For some reason, it's going to hit an already dead round instead of a live one that could potentially kill me or the person I'm hunting or.
So much better. It's worth it.
I mean, like when you're moving, how do y'all carry y'all's rifles? Oh, and also it saves the firing pin because it's not just hitting like another piece of steel or something. You got something to kind of cushion it, or just get shut forward and then just break on the force of that. But anyway. But how do y'all carry y'all's rifles and stuff? I mean, y'all keep an empty shell, or y'all just do an empty chamber?
I don't know if I can.
Well, we'll just carry it. Well, before we go, we'll just load it up, have it ready, and carry it like shoulder like that, or just on a sling or something.
Yeah, I would do that too, but I don't. In the area I have to sometimes walk to, it's kind of either slick mud that doesn't want to suction your foot, just wants to move it, go, kind of wants to make it slide. And I don't feel comfortable carrying a loaded gun on it. I mean, that's just maybe that's me. I'm just afraid it might go off. Next time, I'll have to accidental discharge, and
yeah, some people.
If I'm not hunting with somebody, I guarantee you, there's someone else out in the woods, right?
Oh, there usually always is.
Who's to say that bullet doesn't go and hit one of the 20,000 people that could be out in the woods, wherever around me, and now I'm just shot somebody. Not on purpose either. Yeah, it's just accident. I mean, I had something that peed me off a few years. I don't know how you feel about this, but people going out and drinking in the deer stand while they're hunting.
If I'm going to drink, I'll wait until I'm done hunting for deer.
Same here. Or I don't even go in the woods with a hangover, but they were drinking in the woods with loaded guns. I mean, no, that's. If I'm going to drink, I even put my everyday carry gun up. You know what?
I mean, if I'm going to drink, it's going to be non-alcoholic, like pop or water.
Yeah, I mean, I take a thermos full of coffee, but I'm talking about like alcohol. I'm talking about they were drinking beer.
And then somebody be shot. Or...
Still saying hi. Still have a big smile. Taking the order.
Well, I mean, and also here's the thing. It can mean you could be thinking you're looking at another animal because you're drunk, right? And you shoot somebody, or you think you got the front shoulder and you got the hind end, and you shoot a deer in the arse. I mean, it inhibits your judgment too much. No, bad, no. As Uncle Jim would say. Which, by the way, I don't know if I would recommend him. He's a very, very good YouTuber as well, man. Yeah, he does more reloading stuff. He's more knowledgeable than I am. I have a question or something, I'll go talk to him or some of the other YouTubers. I mean, if you want to get into reloading, I can help you. And I can help anyone. I mean, I can tell you, okay, this is where you're gonna get the kind of the cheapest stuff, you know.
Ladies and gentlemen, have your tickets,
Right?
please.
I can, kind of help, you know.
The war is now over. Please give a warm round of applause for Chase Kitchen and Caduce.
Say, hey, you know, this is where you're gonna get the cheapest stuff at. This is where you're gonna get, you know, you're gonna get this mold with the handle. It's gonna be about X amount. It's gonna take you about a week to 2 weeks to get the stuff. Blah blah blah. You know.
Yep.
What's probably gonna kill? I hate to say this, but if you do get into reloading, what's gonna kill you is if you have to get primers offline. Because the box of primers I got, it cost me I think about $31, but it's like 1,000 primers.
Yeah. Well,
Right?
last gun before my dad got his new one, I think he got, what was it called? They were number 11s primers. They're supposed to be like the hottest primer you can get.
So it was a 4 muzzleloader if it was a number 11. I know actually the musket hold on.
But the question is, did you take enough orders to win? Tonight, somebody's dreams are about to come true. Right now, someone is about to win a restaurant rent-free for 1 year. It's a lease with over $100,000. I tell you, the money and the restaurant that has earned the most will win. With a grand total of $1,863. The winner of Food Court Wars is.
1 second. No, I'll be back. I keep reloading and black powder reloading stuff.
Chase Kitchen.
I am in this belief, but it's real. Pinch me.
This was never about winning. This was always just about coming and doing our best, and we did fine.
Learned so much in 3 days that I think it changed our lives.
We actually learned how to work together even better. It's only positive.
What do you think? Does it feel real yet?
I still can't believe it, but I think it's real.
Congratulations. You have won yourself a restaurant. This is the first dollar you ever earned here. To be honest. I would like to introduce you to your new best friend. This is Ken Cecil. He's the manager of the mall here at Sierra Vista.
Oh.
On behalf of Rouse Properties, we want to welcome you as the newest member of the food court.
I'm very excited to tell my
I guess
family.
I'm gonna go get some more.
I won. This is not just.
Oh no,
my
I know where they're at. They're
It's
still in the gun
their
box.
dream, and I made it come true for them.
You won yourself a restaurant!
I'm very happy. I got it. And I believe I deserve it. And nobody can take it away from us. It's ours. Absolutely.
Okay, I'm back. Okay. Now there's a bunch of different primers types, right? You have let me grab this one.
Food courts bring in high traffic and big sales.
You have the 209. That's what you usually find in most inline muzzleloaders nowadays. This is a shot one. Yeah. 3-year-old Army girl learns that I lost footage about that. She likes my little hand cannon that I made. This is what it takes, right? I don't know why it's showing up.
Yep.
And also, this is what you're going to find in shotguns.
To me, that they have a solid concept along with a concrete marketing plan. But ultimately, the winner will be determined.
This is what this is a 1075. This works. This is, I guess you say, the hottest number 10 you can get. It works right for my Remingtons and my slide lock that I have.
I don't want to let us down.
I'm getting low. Then you've got actual number 10s, then you got number 11s. The 1075 is right there in between.
Food court war.
Then you've got these things. These are the hottest primers you can get.
This week we're at the
This is a musket cap. This is what they used to use on all military guns and a lot of sporting guns because it worked.
I'm Kristen McGee. We're married.
I'm actually going to have a video out on how to make these on YouTube. I can't show that on here. I'm gonna be taking the point. Well, how to make reloadable ones. And I bought like 1,000 of them. For like how much? Like $20 after tax.
Mark loves hot dogs.
I got a damn good deal on those. Now I need to get a rifle that can, besides the sharps, I can shoot those. But yeah, I paid. This is what this is what the box is going to look like. You can get for a pistol, rifle, and stuff like that. Right? This is going to run you anywhere between $40 and $50 if you can get it at a gun shop. It's got a whole.
We started with just basic hot dogs and a couple of sausages.
It's got a whole bunch of these little
years of practicing.
smaller plates inside of it.
What makes our food unique is we use specialized gourmet toppings.
And I'm not just trying to explain this to you. I'm trying to explain this to anyone that has a question about it.
It looks like the mac and cheese is ready. Can we specialize inside like regular?
Those can be used. These can only be used on cartridge guns. The shotgun primers, the muskets, and all that stuff. That's usually your cap and ball revolvers and your muzzle loaders, your black powder guns. Unless you're talking about like 45 Colt, 38 Special, 38, and a lot of 38 black powder cartridges that take the large pistol or small pistol primer. And that's the difference. This black powder stuff, which I had grabbed 2 bottles of FG and 2FG, these don't take as much heat to ignite. Now, I'll say the smokeless style, which I am in love with this trail boss, by the way. This stuff right here, I guarantee you're not going to overfill or even overpressure a case unless you crush the little donuts. And yes, you will get hungry reloading with this stuff because you're like, I want donuts. That it takes a little bit of a hotter ignition source.
We serve sticky chicken, which is a boneless, skinless chicken.
Here's a 20 gauge slug that I reloaded using black powder.
Salads and chicken and rice bowls. Sticky chicken, the name was developed many years ago.
Yeah, I think this is like 65 grains.
Kids would ask for it when they
Rest
get home.
charge.
Do we have Vicky chicken?
Just a slug on top of it. And then I've got one where that's like a little shot card underneath it, and
I'm gonna have a busy day today.
I put glue on the top of it to keep everything sealed.
So different and unique is the spice.
Which was a pain in the butt because you got to press it down as you're gluing it and then hold it there as the glue dries. I use some fast drying glue. So.
I do have an ingredient in it
But yeah.
that nobody knows about.
She won't even let me know what it is.
Nope, my own
But
son.
I mean, that's about the basic information you're going to need to reload anything.
Our children went to kindergarten together.
You know what?
From the get-go.
Oh, yeah.
We've been friends ever since.
We're gonna get the muscle work.
I mean, I can kind of help, and I can help you find like load data and stuff. I mean, I'm really good at finding load data. I've been trying to help a lot of people
8 children in
do
my
that.
family, and my mother was very adamant about feeding us breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and everything had to be homemade. And I've carried on that cooking myself as an adult. Oh my God, it's so good today.
Sorry.
Before Grand Growing, I sat at a desk for 10 years.
Or Facebook.
Decided, to change.
But yeah, I mean,
I quit my job.
anything? I
almost 2
mean,
years
do you
ago.
have any questions about reloading while we're on the subject?
But I'd rather get up every morning
Not at
and
the
say,
moment, I don't.
I get to go work with food. And
Do you have any questions about the cap and ball revolvers? I mean, I can answer those too. I love these little things.
You're on, girl. 'Cause
We know who's the cutting.
A lot of people do.
Winning this
Where I live, you can
huge.
with this I can take it out and hunt deer with it or
We
hogs
help our children pay for an education.
because it is
Going to college, I have
technically it's a modern 45 caliber. If I have to use a conical, not a round ball,
Hey, Grandma, this is Vicky.
but it's technically a 45,
So delighted.
not a 44.
Restaurant. There's not a day that goes by.
It
Will come up.
Brand, it's weird.
We will be set up down by the Capitol in our usual spot from 11 to 1 today.
And I love this thing. I love these.
Of course, the only location I have.
But like I said, do you have any questions about them?
Financially, I haven't been able to afford.
Not at the moment. I don't. I'm sure if I do, I'll ask you.
Yeah.
Business since 2010, and having space in the mall would make my life and my daughter's life a lot better. Kathy, I'll get this. You get the change. I am very ready to take my business to the next step. And I
didn't
feel like
do this whole right. I should have left a little bit the barrel in there a little bit more like that.
And we're ready for it.
So that way it wouldn't try to snag that sight as it comes in, and I didn't do it just enough. Well, the holster is meant for a smaller barrel. I got this one for the Navy, and then Megan got that and everything else. And all that. But
so to own my own restaurant,
oh well, I'll take it. I don't care. She can't use it. I don't know why she wanted it.
Good morning, teams. How are you?
Great.
Hey, welcome to the.
God, she can't physically load it. Hey, but she wanted it.
One of you will turn your food card.
How much sense does that make to you, man?
Right here.
Not a whole lot.
Over the next 3 days, you'll be tested on the 3 key elements of running a successful restaurant. The first day, we'll test your concept to see if it has legs. The second day, we'll work on your marketing skills. And the third day, ready or not, is opening day right here in this very food court. On opening day,
So what
one of
you got
you will walk away from your restaurant
for Easter tomorrow?
here. That's at least
Gonna help the family cook dinner.
Today, you'll be tested on your concepts. You'll be making your signature dish.
Yeah, I've got
people that started
going to lunch with my grandma tomorrow.
Teams, I would like to introduce you to my.
If I get any sleep tonight, I'm going to go to church. But I laid down just to take me a little hour nap, so I was tired, and shoot, I slept until about 6.
I actually started as a minimum wage barista.
I don't know.
In store 1. We're up to 212 stores in 9 states.
Why is it that when we were younger, we could lay down and take an hour nap, and it'd be an hour nap? Now it's a 6-hour nap.
Yeah, I know when my dad first got me, we take nap there. We took a nap one time. I didn't realize what time it was. When we woke up, it was like 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning, so we slept the whole rest of the day.
Are you guys ready to do this? Yes. All right, guys. May the best restaurant win. And may the food court war begin. Let's go.
I was like, damn.
Let's do.
How long will we be going on? I don't like to make these too long.
Should we do it?
No.
And we have to do our favorite, our signature.
Yeah, we're about at the ending point.
Which is a cart favorite wrap.
I don't like to make these super long
Our Vicky chicken.
because I don't want it to be unwatchable. Because I mean, just us talking and well, mainly me talking, but still.
Yeah.
I said no one left any comments.
I'll start on your starting chicken.
I'm sure they will eventually.
Yeah, and I mean we'll be doing this sometime next week. After we stop the string, I'll figure out when they're free again. So I want to get more people on here, so it's more of a discussion group. You know, we're bouncing ideas back and forth off each other. You know, other YouTubers. I mean, of different. I mean, not just gun related. The gaming. You know, just kind of a.
I'll do macaroni and cheese.
Like all my interests, of what I like.
We're rocking.
You know, and I respect.
Gosh, this is beautiful.
I mean, I mean, I hope that makes sense. You know, like.
Oh yeah.
Nicely, Mark.
But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and end the broadcast, but me and you, but stay on the line and we'll set something up, okay? I'll get everything set up. We'll try to set stuff. What I'm trying to say is we'll get everything ready, hopefully ready for next week.
Look at, they're ripping.
Oh yeah.
Our pitas are ripping.
Anyway, guys. Oh, I'll let you say goodbye first, Steven.
Stay together.
Until next time.
These rats seem a little bit longer than normal, and I know that they kind of
May your aim be true and keep your powder dry. See you later, guys.